In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your Google credentials with n8n in just a few minutes. Now, there's actually two methods to doing this, but the one people get stuck with is using Google Cloud to get their OAuth credentials. If you want to add something like append or update a row in a Google Sheet, it's pretty straightforward. When you do your authentication here, you literally can just sign in with your Google account and that's it. You're on your way. However, if you want to use services like Gmail and Google Drive, things are a little bit different, but no problem, I've got you covered here. Let's just click on one of these. Now, we just want to create a new credential, and you can see it's asking for a client ID and a client secret. Now, there is documentation here. You can click on Open Docs, which I've got here. I'm not going to read right through this, but the first step is the prerequisite. You've got to have a Google Cloud account. So if you head over to Google Cloud, so it's cloud.google.com, you'll get here, create your account, it's free. Once you're logged in, you'll get to a page that looks like this. Now, what we need to do is create a new project. So up the top somewhere, you'll be able to create a new project. I'll just click on here and go to New Project. Now, I'm going to give it a name. I'll just call this Demo and hit Create. Okay, so our project's been created. Now we can just select it. Next, we have a whole bunch of options down the bottom here. We want to select API and Services. And then we want to click on OAuth Consent Screen. Okay, so we'll get started. Give it a name. I'll call it Demo. We do have to enter in a support email address here, so I'll just select mine. And then we'll go Next. Internal, that's all we need for this purpose. Next. Contact email address, I'll just enter in mine again. Next, I agree, and continue, create. Okay, that's done. So the next step is we need to set up our client. So go over to Client on the menu and click on Create Client. We'll go for a web app, give it a name, we'll call it Demo. And then we need to set up this Authorized Redirect URI. So we'll just click on Add the URI. And this is where we need to go back to n8n. If we go back to n8n, when we open this up, you'll see this OAuth redirect URL. We just want to copy this, go back over into Google Cloud and paste that in. And then we just want to click on Create. Okay, so now you can see we have a client ID and a client secret. So we can copy the client ID. And then I'll copy the secret. Okay, the next step is we need to sign in with Google using the account that we set up our Google Cloud account with. So we'll go to Sign In, and it wants to get access to all of our information, and it's Google, so that's okay. So we'll just go to Allow, and you can see connection successful. So we have successfully connected n8n with our Google Drive. But there is a few more steps we need to do. And you can see down the bottom here, it says, make sure you have enabled the Google Drive API to your Google Cloud Console. So to do that is pretty straightforward. We just go back over into Google Cloud. We'll close this down. And up the top, we just want to search for Google Drive. And you can see the first result here, Google Drive API. And you just want to click on Enable. Now, we also have Gmail set up here, so we want to use the Gmail API. So once you have that authorization set up for any of the Google services, you may need to add the access to the API. You definitely have to do for Drive and for Gmail, but if you're using this and you get some weird error, it's probably the API. So we'll go back over to here, and I'll put in Gmail API, and enable. Okay. So that is it. If we can upload a file using n8n directly into our Google Drive now, we can create a new file, etc. And we can also send emails from our Gmail using this automation. So I hope you found that useful. It's a pretty quick guide to get started. Give it a go, get set up, and you can use the entire Google suite of tools in your automations.